Manchester United drew 2-2 with Everton. These are the 5 things we learned. Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes were 2 goals that saved Manchester United from embarrassment, to be honest with you. I'll be talking about the 5 biggest takeaways that I learned, what Amorim must have thought from the game, and much more. So we'll be analysing the game as we always do. The match reaction player ratings are already out. But listen, it was a very poor performance. I'm going to get into it. Now, the first thing we learned, Dorgu impressed up and down that left-hand side for every minute he was on that pitch. And it's the full 98 minutes that were played. He was absolutely fantastic. He didn't get an assist, didn't get a goal. But what he did offer is just something down that side. And now it seems that that left-hand side has been doing decent. The right-hand side's gone woeful now because Delo's just provided nothing down there. And he has been all season, so... But we're going to have to keep him out there because Ahmad's out and we don't really have anyone out there. I think Dorgu is by far one of United's best players consistently throughout the game. I know Bruno in parts and Xerxes and Garnacho and Ugarte. But mainly, inconsistently for those 90 minutes, Dorgu was really, really impressive. And I really did like his performance. He just provided energy. He put a few good crosses into the box. He was very, very sharp defensively. And it makes sense. The one player that Amorim signed to fit into his system works. And it was a big sign. And listen, he's still young, but in the minutes that he's played, was this now his 3rd game? Everton, Leicester and Tottenham. He's had some very good performances. And I think the left-hand side is the best position for someone like Dorgu, where he can really excel and develop and progress into a really good player. I know the commentators were praising him, and I think he was someone who should walk away happy because yes, we did draw the game, but he was very, very good. And it's only realistically can improve me. We've been crying for something down that left-hand side, and I know now that right-hand side is imbalanced, but I don't think we should move Dorgu from that left-hand side to the right. I think just keeping down that side, the balance, the quality, and then hopefully we can just do in the summer buy Aquenda and just change that right-hand side completely so we have more balance and become less predictable, which is ultimately something that you want. Now, the second thing, the defence was very poor today. I was very frustrated by the defence. I thought Mazraoui, De Ligt and Maguire were very, very sloppy. I thought Onana had a part to play in that as well. It was just very sloppy. Maguire caught ball watching, De Ligt giving away silly fouls. I mean, that back pass that he made to Onana, which gave them a corner. The penalty claim from Maguire and De Ligt. Maguire ball watching as well when Doucouré scores the goal. It wasn't an impressive performance by Maguire, and we've praised him a lot this season. He's been very, very good for Manchester United, but against Everton wasn't his greatest performance. I think it lacked intensity, quality, and was just very, very poor. I mean, there was that one chance where I think it was Garner who played it around Beto, and Maguire just gets caught up. We thought this back three would be good for him, and he has been good. This is the one-off game, but it just wasn't good enough today. I think De Ligt personally doesn't want to play from that left-hand side. I think maybe play Yoro or Mazraoui out there because De Ligt's not comfortable from that side. But he's always taking the ball on the back foot, really, and it just doesn't work for him at this current moment. So that's the second thing we learned. The defence was pretty poor. I thought Onana as well. His keeping has been atrocious this season. He's made a lot of mistakes since coming to Manchester United. He's had some good moments, made some very good saves, kept us and won us games, but he's had some woeful performances, knocked us out of the Champions League. He's made a few calamitous errors this season. Forest, the one against Brighton, like he has made some sloppy mistakes. So yeah, for me, Onana was pretty poor today. So that's the second thing we learned. Now, number 3, the subs changed the game. I want to talk about Garnacho because when he came on, he didn't get a goal and a assist or anything, but he just offered something different that we've been seeing. He has pace, quality, and legs, and that's something that we needed. He's a different spark. He had a few good one-on-ones, a few good shots. He played that one pass over to Xerxes, which he did put in a poor cross. But I think with Garnacho, there's always a player there. People are talking about, do we play him as an impact sub? Do we play him off the bench? Do we start him? I don't really know at the minute because when he starts game, he sometimes doesn't really get into it. And I think coming off the bench, sometimes he's not really into it as well. It takes some time. But what you can say, he has the legs, he has the energy. And when defences are tired, Garnacho is a real problem and he's a real threat. We've seen some of the goals he scored, some of the chances he has created, assists against Liverpool, assists against Arsenal. He is a very, very talented player. So we just have to wait and see what happens. But the subs change the game. I thought Chidiobi, when he came on for Højlund, he just offers something different. And that's ultimately something that you want to see. Højlund has offered nothing in the last few games, and I'll talk about that realistically this season. And I think the subs by Amorim did make a lot of sense to change the game, to be honest with you. Now, the fourth thing, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, for me, was Manchester United's best performer today. In that second half. As I said, the whole performance from the whole game was definitely Dorgu, but Bruno was very, very good in that last 20-25 minutes. He was good on the ball, he was dictating play from deeper, and personally I like Bruno in that deeper position because he can dictate play. In the 10s, I think you need someone who's creative, and obviously Bruno is that, but I don't know, I think from deeper he can just dictate play more and have more of an impact in the game. And the goal that he scored was a great free kick. But I thought large parts of his game was very, very poor. He was woeful in possession, giving the ball away, trying the Hollywood pass, was getting bypassed in that midfield. But what you need Bruno to do is a captain's performance. He's so key for us. A goal and assist always. He's kind of, I'm not going to compare him to Mo Salah levels, but there's games where Mo Salah goes missing. But he comes, against Villa, he was pretty poor, but he still gets a goal. Against Manchester United, I believe he got a goal as well. So, listen, Bruno steps up. He wasn't great the whole game, as I said, but listen, you'll take it. I thought a great goal. Ugarte as well was pretty good in that midfield. Now, the fifth and final thing, Højlund concern. I've been concerned about Højlund for a long time now. Reports that he could potentially be leaving Manchester United. I think there is a player there in Højlund. He is very low on confidence. And you see what confidence can do to a player. We've seen it before with players like Rashford. But even Xerxes, when he's got confidence, he's a totally different player. And I think with Højlund, he's not really getting too much chances in the last few games. He is pretty poor. And I think in the next game, could you potentially see Chidobe Martin start? Or Chidobe, sorry. Because he was pretty poor today. And I think Amorim must change that up. I think Amorim knows that Højlund can score goals. We're not creating enough chances for him. But again, is he doing enough to get the chances to score goals? I don't think so. But listen, on the whole, it was a very sloppy game by Manchester United. We get two lucky goals. Well, they're two good goals, but two goals that rescue us a point. Everton are still above us. I think we're only 16th or we're only 15th or 16th due to goal difference. So we are in a very precarious and poor position. We know how vulnerable we are. I don't think we will get relegated, but you seriously have to look at, we've got some tough games coming up. Ipswich ain't going to be an easy game. I know they lost to Tottenham, but again, still going to be tough. Then in the league, we play Arsenal after that. There's some tough games coming up, and you just want to see Manchester United get to a point where we're just playing good performances and we're just putting in good performances. Amorim said in the week he saw something in training. I don't know what was going on in training because it certainly wasn't translated onto the pitch. We were very, very sloppy, very poor on the ball. Lacked that quality in possession, which we know Manchester United have, but just didn't show. And it was very, very sloppy. But listen, let me know your thoughts. Leave a like if you are new. Comment, subscribe. That has been me talking about realistically the five things. No, they are the five things we learned from the game. I think Ugarte and Bruno, they were the only two players that scored. But again, there was some good performers in the game. Let's not get that wrong. But again, we didn't win the game, and that would be a huge issue for me. A huge concern and a huge worry. The fact that Everton, they are a decent side, but we should be winning these games. And it wasn't even about the win. Yes, we got a draw. That's fair enough. But did we do enough to beat a side? Listen, they've had some good. Everton are a decent side, as I said. Moyes has got them playing some fantastic football. What's he called? Beto scoring some great goals for them at the moment. But listen, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. Peace.